ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति।
So there are some questions.
Yeah, yes. Olive tree. Questions. Question number 1. Going by the definition of instrument and actor on the stage, my understanding is a person with instrument bhava has no concern of consequence. A person with actor bhava too has no reason, has no concern of consequence. Does it mean that both don't have kartrutva bhava and therefore both are detached? Does it mean that both are free from the consequences because both have nothing to do with the results as they have prasada buddhi? If so, what is the difference between the two? Question. What is the difference between instrument and actor on the stage? Instrument is doing something. Still, actor on the stage is not. Actor on the stage means not doing anything at all. When we say instrument, I am acting as an instrument. If I say that, I am acting as an instrument in God's hands, let us say that. I am an instrument, I am a tool in God's hand, if I say that, versus a person is performing actions like actor on the stage. One is an instrument, another is an actor. What is the difference between the two? Are they the same? There is a difference. What is the difference between the two? As an instrument, the person says, there is an element of doership in instrument. Still, there is a small element of doership in instrument. In actor on the stage, there is absolutely no doership at all. Instead of saying, I am the doer, he is saying, I am a partial doer. As the instrument on the instrument. Actor on the stage means whatsoever I do on the stage, you don't say I am an instrument. You say whatsoever is happening on the stage, you have nothing to do with it. Are you able to follow the difference? Actor means you have nothing to do. You murder somebody, you die for somebody on the stage. Both has no meaning as far as you are concerned. Are you able to understand that actor on the stage? You give your life for somebody or you murder somebody, both extremes has no meaning to you at all. That is called actor on the stage. A stage before that is instrument. So instrument and actor on the stage are not synonymous. Instrument, act like an instrument is one level. A higher level of maturity is actor on the stage. When I say I act as an instrument, don't literally take it as an instrument, because we cannot work like when we say act like an instrument, it is not the literal instrument that we are talking about. Are you able to understand? Because we have a mind. The instrument doesn't have a mind. Therefore, since we have a mind, like an instrument means I am minimizing the influence of the ego. I am minimizing the influence of kartrutva is what as an instrument means. Actor on the stage is superior to that. What is it? You give your life for somebody, it's natak, it's drama. You murder somebody, again it's drama. Are you able to understand the difference now? Instrument means the instrument attitude is a way to minimize the ego. No actor on the stage means in relation to what is happening around you, you have nothing to do. What do you mean you have nothing to do? In no way your mind is in any way affected by what is happening on the stage. That is called actor on the stage. Are you able to follow? No way your mind is affected by what is happening on the stage as an actor. You are a king on the stage. Deep down you understand. Deep down you understand what? The village dramas alone, they talk like that, isn't it? The fellow will act like Rajpat on the stage. Cycle tire puncture. He is worried about how to fix the cycle puncture is his worry. But he is acting like a king on the stage. So whatsoever happens on the stage, you understand your mind, your personality is in no way affected by whatever happens on the stage. Do you able to understand the example now? Actor on the stage means whatsoever happens on the stage, your personality remains unaffected. In instrument, instrument is not a detached state like that. Instrument is saying there is a doer and I am a part doer. That is the difference between the actor on the stage and act as an instrument. Are you able to understand the difference now? In the actor on the stage, no prasada buddhi, no kartrutva, no nothing at all for the actor on the stage. Why will he need all that? Because it's drama there. No, nothing is happening there. No. Are you able to follow? Actor on the stage need not have prasada buddhi and all. Why actor on the stage need not have prasada buddhi? Because there is nothing that is happening. There is nothing that is happening on the stage. Only when something is happening on the stage, a result comes to you, you have to accept the result as prasada buddhi. Are you able to understand the difference now? When you are as an actor on the stage, you don't need prasada buddhi for the consequences. What is the consequences? You give your life up on the stage. You perform the greatest sacrifice on the stage. And there are 2-3 persons acting along with you on the stage is appreciating you. And they say, thank God you saved what a great person you are. You saved our life. Will you say, I don't have any ego on the stage? You will not. Why? Because? Why? ஏன்னா அது எதுவுமே அங்க எதுவுமே நடக்கல. Nothing is happening there. for you to have kartrutva or prasada buddhi. As an instrument, you need prasada buddhi. As an instrument, you need prasada buddhi. As an actor, there is no prasada buddhi. You can't say, as an actor, appreciate pannalum, clap thatnalum, rotten tomatoes are thrown at you, naka, both I take prasada buddhi, you should not stretch it like that. Then you missed the point. Are you able to follow? Where you get into a confusion is, supposing as an actor on the stage, garlanding also I take it as prasada buddhi. If rotten tomatoes are thrown at me also, I have prasada buddhi. Na? You have taken the example beyond its scope. As an actor, for whatever you are given the Nobel Prize on the stage, you will not say prasada buddhi. You are guillotined, you will not say prasada buddhi. Are you able to understand now? So instrument and actor on the stage, there is a fundamental difference. Instrument needs prasada buddhi. Actor on the stage doesn't need prasada buddhi at all, because prasada buddhi means something is happening. Something is happening, and as a result of which you gotten it, you have the right attitude of you. The way you receive it is right. The way you receive the result as prasada buddhi is only in relation to the instrument, but not as an actor on the stage. So both are not synonymous. They are two different levels. Do you all understand what I'm saying? The difference? You follow the difference. So the difference is this. As an actor, prasada buddhi is irrelevant. As an instrument, prasada buddhi is very relevant. You follow what I'm saying? That is the fundamental difference. So yeah. Next question. There are some more questions, no? Question number 2. Okay, she said. Okay, na. At last I'm agreeing with you, she said. Yeah, okay. Divine is the doer. Okay. But na okay எல்லாம் கிடையாதுன்னு அர்த்தம் இல்லையா? முன்னாடி சொன்ன ஓகே எல்லாம் ரிமூவ் ஆயிடுச்சு. இப்போ பட்டுன்னா what exactly should I tell myself to bring in instrument bhava? Correct. What exactly should one tell oneself to bring in the instrument bhava? To bring in the instrument bhava, you have to simply accept and be comfortable with your limitations. Accept your limitations and be comfortable with your limitations. Don't have this exaggerated notion of perfectionism and all that. Everybody has a limitation, and be perfectly accept that limitation. Instrument by nature is limited. You cannot have an unlimited instrument. Instrument by nature is limited. The ego is not able to accept the limitation. Are you able to understand? So what do I need to tell that I am an instrument? You need not tell anything to yourself. Simply accept, simply understand the reality. What is the reality? Instruments have limitations. If instruments have limitation, everything that I do will have an inherent limitation. Seriya? Number 3, limitation need not make you feel inferior. Limitation need not make you feel that you are inferior or you are not doing your best. How can you do your best 24/7? You can do your best, isn't it? Nobody can do only a machine can do the best 24/7. Charge irukra varaikum, isn't it? Even when the charge goes down, you have to. So there is no such thing called doing best all the time. We have a weird notion of the ego today is so the human ego today is so ego is always insane, but we have a special insanity which the past didn't have. And our insanity has superseded the entire collective insanity of the past versus the current insanity. We beat them. Yeah, we beat them completely. Chance because limitation is seen as inferior. Everyone follow? Limitation is seen as inferior. Not willing to accept your limitation is the seed of greed. And all human beings are greedy by nature. Absolute greed. Why? Because in everything you have to be perfect. That's Bonvita advertisement mari irukonu, isn't it? Have you seen the Bonvita advertisement? Yes, you won't know the Bonvita advertisement that we have. In 30 seconds, I tell you, gosh, Bonvita advertisement. Aparna, you know Bonvita advertisement? Alpana, you know Bonvita advertisement? You don't know. Anshu, you know Bonvita advertisement? You know. In 30 seconds, the life of a child will be shown. And if you drink Bonvita, this is how it will be. In 30 seconds, they will tell you, if you drink Bonvita, what will happen? Last 5 seconds, if you don't drink, what will happen? So in 25 seconds, they will tell you. Bonvita is just sugar water, nothing else. Just sugar in hot water, that's all. There's no bone, there's no vita in that. Just sugar. It will go into the lab and it will be the best scientist. Next scene, it will go to the tennis court and it will be #1 tennis champion. Next, it will go to Bharatanatyam class and it will be perfect Bharatanatyam dancer. And then it comes home, obediently to listen to father and mother also. Correct, no? Oh. From where we get all this? God only knows from where we get. And then it will go to sleep at 9 o'clock, wake up at 4 o'clock. All for to do this, what you need to do? Drink Bonvita. See, we believe in that so much, so deep-rooted, we believe in that any limitation is seen as an insult. Any limitation is seen as insult. That's where this kartrutva and all comes and makes a person go insane. You follow? See, more and more you deal with instruments a lot, you believe that you should also behave like a machine. More you deal with machine, you believe that you should behave like a machine, because machine means perfect doing, repetitive perfect doing, and not get tired at all. What is machine means? Calculations perfect calculations it will do it, and it won't get tired. Yeah. The day machines have become the standard of human action, that's where insanity has reached its peak. That's why I say here we are a unique generation with the insane levels are very different. And everything has to be like perfect. Either perfect or don't do at all. Either I'll be #1 or I will commit suicide. That's isn't it? Either perfect or nothing at all. Where does this notion come? You follow? Where does this come? The misguided, that misguided. There are various ways to become insane. பைத்தியம் பிடிக்கிறதுக்கு in a million way you can become mad. And if you want the fastest and quickest method to become mad, become a perfectionist. ரொம்ப சீக்கிரம் பைத்தியம் பிடிக்கணும் அப்படின்னா, if you want to become insane very soon, very fast, and you will never ever get out of it, become a perfectionist. Because after that, anything and everything will be wrong. Correct? Anything you do will be wrong. Everything will look wrong. You follow? Depression is because of what? Sadness is because of what? Not willing to accept the limitations. You should feel sad or depressed only when you are not sincere. But nobody feels sad or depressed because of not able to be sincere. Are you able to understand what I am saying? If at all you have to feel sad, when you are not sincere only you have to feel. Not because you are not doing everything rightly. See, perfectionism means an ultimate state, an ideal state where no more betterment is possible. That is called perfectionism. What is perfectionism, which is insane? Does the English word perfect sound like continuous change? Does it sound like that to you? Does the English word perfect sound like continuous change? Does it sound like that to you? It doesn't sound like that, no? That's why it is insanity. Because there's no such thing called being perfect, because it is continuously changing. When there is something that is continuously changing, what am I calling it as perfect? You follow? In Vedanta, we say it is not being perfect, it is being sincere. It's being sincere. Able to understand? So what is it that you have to tell yourself? Recognize your limitations. Everybody will have a skill in one or two fields. In that field, you can be very sincere. Rest of the areas, you don't. Rest of the areas, you don't know, and you simply say, and you just say, I don't know. Where is the problem? You follow? You sit in the aircraft flying at 40,000 feet, you are sleeping, isn't it? You are comfortably sleeping. You are flying at 40,000 feet. You are comfortably sleeping, no? Because machine is, it's well tested. Everything is done. Definitely it will land you safely. Yeah. But you can never have the trust, like that kind of a trust in this person sitting next to you. Isn't it? But you can never ever have that kind of a trust in the person sitting next to you. Forget about God and all. Where is God coming in this scenario? Yeah. God doesn't exist at all in our dictionary in the first place. Why? Because our trust has so much on the machine. Autopilot na rumba safety, sir. Isn't it? Autopilot means more safety, because the man can do, the human can do. Are you able to understand? To have this instrument, to understand that you are an instrument, you simply have to accept that you have limitations, and that limitations doesn't make you in any way inferior, and that limitations cannot stop you from attaining liberation. If that limitation cannot stop you from attaining liberation, what is your problem? Are you able to understand what I am saying? Supposing if the person comes and says, sir, Sanskrit எனக்கு தெரியாது, can't I attain moksha? I said, what does Sanskrit got to do with moksha? Supposing if you are deaf, you can't hear any sound, you can't hear any language, can't you attain moksha? You can still attain. It means any limitation of yours cannot stop you from attaining moksha. Now, there is no need to feel inferior at all. If something can stop you from attaining moksha nagada, you can feel inferior. But namak and the problem is because moksha is not at all in our moksha is not at all in our list at all. Therefore, we will feel tensed, worried, agitated. See, generally, what all we don't want to say, I am in excruciating pain. Adanala, in my irritation, I am saying everything. Is it okay? The second, how do you understand that you are an instrument? That limitation cannot prevent you from attaining moksha. That limitation cannot take you away from God. If that limitation cannot take you away from God or moksha, we don't even consider it as limitation. We don't even see it as limitation at all in the first place. Then what do we call it as? Every nama rupa which is limited by nature will have limited function. All nama rupa that is limited by nature will have limited functions only. Therefore, we have absolutely no issue in accepting limitation. Are you able to follow? There's absolutely no problem in accepting limitation. இங்கிலீஷ்ல தான் லிமிடேஷன்ங்கிற வார்த்தை யூஸ் பண்ண வேண்டும். இதே சான்ஸ்கிரிட்ல சொல்லும்போது instrument means that which can be used only one purpose. அதனால தான் அதுக்கு இன்ஸ்ட்ருமெண்ட்னு பேர். Instrument means it can be used only for one. Swiss knife, sir. Swiss knife இருக்குல்ல, it can be used for many purposes. ஒன்னுத்துக்கு யூஸ் ஆகாது, isn't it? You can buy and gift a Swiss knife to everybody. I have asked everybody, அது எதுக்காவது யூஸ் ஆயிருக்குதுன்னா it will not work at all. But ஆனா it looks like it doesn't exist. So instrument means it comes with a specific capacity, with a specific ability to do one or two things. அவ்வளவுதான். That's what instrument means. It's not limited. Are you able to understand what is the meaning of an instrument? Again, I repeat. Instrument means which comes with an inherent capacity to do one or two functions. The human ego will not be able to accept it because the human ego believes that it has to do, it believes it can do anything and multitasking. No, sir. Hey, body is already doing multitasking. What is the new thing about multitasking? Yeah. Your eyes are seeing, ears are hearing, nose is smelling, multitasking is happening. No. What is the new thing about multitasking now? As though it is something very extraordinarily we discovered something. It has been there in all species do multitasking. In a very ego. Are you able to follow? So perfectionism is something which is weird. A weird instrument means one or two things you can do. That's all. In order to save myself from starvation, I can cook, but I cannot cook all 3 meals day in and day out, I can't keep cooking. But in order to save myself from starvation, 1 or 2 meals I can cook. That's all. Oh, that 1 or 2 meals also should be like how my mom makes. How it will be? How can it be? You follow? Few years back, Swati attempted to cook and she made sambar. And we all accepted that it is sambar. We all accepted that yes, it is sambar. We don't know whether to call it rasam or sambar or kuttu. We don't know what to call it as. But we all accepted it as sambar. And the first question she asked, who's her comparison for that sambar? Who's her comparison for that? My mother. Looks like grandmother's, no? Taste like grandmother's, no? What can you tell her? Better than that, I say. Yeah, better than that. I know it's a lie. My mother know it's an utter lie, but you say it. You follow? It's okay as a child when you do it once, it's okay. At 25, you do it. At 40, you do it. At 50, you do it. What can you do? You follow? There's this inherent limitation is what technically called as swadharma. We don't call it as limitation. We call it as you can do 1 or 2 things only. That is called. That's why in Sanskrit we call it as swadharma. Do that which is naturally inclined to you. In that you can be as sincere and dedicated as possible. Rest of the things, interfere பண்ணாம இருந்தாலே, isn't it? But we go and interfere with everything. Why? Because I have that. I interfere with everything. Why? Because my ego tells me that. I am best in everything. Sir, எது பண்ணாலும் பெஸ்டா பண்ணணும்ல சார்? எது பண்ணாலும் கரெக்டா பண்ணணும்ல? It's a leading question. Whatsoever I do, I should do it correctly. No, you can only do. Correct or not, we don't know. Are you able to follow? Last thing about the insanity is the proof that you have done correctly. You are so dependent on the result to believe that what you did is correct. Again, only when the result comes, you are convinced that what you did is right. You did something and the result didn't come in the way that you expected it. What would you call that? Wrongdoing? Because logic says right doing the result on the sir. If result didn't come means it's wrong. We say no. Vedanta comes and says no. For the result is dependent upon too many factors which we don't even know. The result is always dependent upon too many factors which we don't even know. This understanding is what you should have to say, I am an instrument. The question is, what should I tell myself to say that I am an instrument? This understanding is what you need to have to say that you are an instrument. You follow? Yes.
Slightly confused on this limitation.
She's only slightly confused.
I'm terribly confused. When we say I have to accept limitation, I'm able to understand it. I don't know that. I know this language. I have the skills. All that I don't have even the emotional capacity. I'm able to understand. But I'm not able to understand. When I perceive myself within a particular situation, as a good friend, good mother, as a mother or a friend, or when I'm saying limited in terms of what I have and what I don't have and what I don't want to have. I mean, all those things also. Yes. Other than the limitation concept, accepting your situation that you are in because you've created it. Yeah. More confusing.
She's very confused. And I also didn't understand what she's saying. I'll repeat what she has said. None of you would have heard. People sitting here also didn't hear anything. Or those who heard didn't understand a word. It just sounded, just sound centered. What is the meaning of limitation? What is the meaning of the word limitation? You can do something. Limitation means you can do something. She's utterly confused about the word limitation. And she said so many things which is not worth repeating. That's why I'm not repeating anything. Understand what is the meaning of the word limitation. Limitation means what? You can do something, you can do. Common sense tells us we have certain roles to do. Common sense tells us that we have certain roles to do. I'm just giving the role as an example. To explain the limitation, take roles. You have a common sense is we all have roles to do, and also we know more or less what has to be done in those roles. That also we understand. Now, what is limitation means here? Limitation means whatsoever your role is, you can be very sincere, conscientious. Only that much is possible. You can be sincere, you can be conscientious. As a mother, you can be sincere to the role, you can be conscientious. That's all you can do. Versus a perfect mother. Versus the notion of a perfect mother, ideal mother. Mother as a role versus an ideal mother. What is the difference between the two? There's no such thing called ideal motherhood. You can be a mother, and whatsoever you know that whatsoever you understand that the role needs to be done, you can do. 80-85% of the time you will know exactly what to do. 15-20% of the area we will have doubts. In the areas where you have doubts, you take guidance. That's all limitations. That's the meaning of the word limitation. You can never ever have a doubt of 80% of the areas I have a doubt, it will never come. Are you able to follow? So limitation means what? You have a role, and you also know more or less what needs to be done in that role. And definitely there are some areas in the role which is gray, which you will not know how to handle. In the areas that is gray, you go and take guidance. This is called limitation. This is called accepting, understanding your limitation. Are you able to follow? Opposite of that is what? What is the opposite of it? You have a notion of an ideal state. That ideal thing doesn't exist at all. Are you able to follow? Limitation is an acceptance of your limitation, is an acceptance of what you can do and what you cannot do, what you can know and what you cannot know. That's all. Okay, in any one thing can you know fully? In any one thing can you know fully? No. Then where is the ego coming from? If I say no, no, no to everything, I should not be having an ego at all. No. But where is the ego coming from? Verbally, I say no, but deep down, I am convinced that it is possible and I should do. Verbally, you will say no, 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 no. But deep down, you are so convinced that it is possible. What we are trying to break is the conviction that you have deep down that it is possible. You follow? Limitation means you can try. What happens? We don't know. Again, limitation means you can try. What will be the outcome? We don't know. We can never know. Can I predetermine the outcome? That is our hope. That is our hope. Therefore, what is the meaning of the word limitation? You can do something, you can try and you can try. That's why they say this Oriental vocabulary itself is wrong. Either say I can do or I can't do. American Madri person. Yeah, then only things will work. Indian Madri, maybe we will try. These vocabulary and all should not exist. Correct. But then be prepared to be insane and be happy, be insane. Follow? Yeah. Pagala. Pagala means let's see. What will you see? What are you going to see? Whether it is going to that inner maturity is called accepting the limitation. That inner maturity is called accepting the limitation. You follow? It's an inner maturity we are talking. Are you able to follow? Instrument is one. Instrument means that which can accept the limitation. You follow? Yeah. Yes, Ravi.
Just confirming what you said. So, the fact you said limitation means
yes,
you do something.
Yes.
I can be sincere in doing that limited stuff.
Yes.
And I can be conscientious in doing it.
Yes.
However, I cannot do everything.
Yes.
And I cannot judge what I did.
Yes.
By the result because there are too many factors.
Exactly.
So accepting this
yes.
whole thing is a
yes. Correct. Raghu was only confirming. So he wasn't. He only wants to confirm whether he understood it rightly. First thing he said is do something. That's why we say do something. At least get up and walk at least. Yes. Do something. Only that much we can do. See, beyond that, if you actually see, we can only do that. So first is do something. The ego will say, no, I will not do. It will not allow you to get up only in the first. Yeah. That's why depression means a state where the fellow will not do anything, like even bathing and brushing. Like even bathing they will not do. Brushing they will not do. Nothing will just sit. The ego is it's a stubborn mind. Are you able to follow? It's a stubborn mind, unwilling to do anything. What made it so stubborn? Panna perfect. Illanda nothing. Guarantee that I will get it. Then I will get up and do. Before I start doing it, guarantee. Kandipa kadikulla. Proof. Give me guarantee. I'll get it. Even gods can't give you that guarantee. Are you able to understand? Raghu, correct. First thing is do something. Second is sincerely. What is sincere means? Like bee stings. Since you are doing example, like bee stings. In that sting, it gives us life. It means it's ready to die doing. Sincere means what? Sincere means ready to die doing. Second. Third thing, Raghu. Conscientiously. Whatsoever you do, do it conscientiously. Conscientiously means, what does conscientiously means? If you are not doing anything, you are a parasite. You become a parasite. You don't want to be a parasite. You want to be a contributor to life. You don't want to be a taker. You want to be a contributor. So conscientiously means making sure that you are always a contributor. That's what conscientiously means. Are you okay till now? Third. Fourth thing, Raghu.
Accepting that I can't do everything. I do something, but
yes, yes. Accept that you can't do everything. Something you can do, but you can't do everything. That's why one of the important lessons they say, learn to delegate. You should know how to delegate and stay and keep away also. But then people can't delegate. They will say, naane pannidren, isn't it? They will say they will take everything and not do. Nothing can be achieved. Correct? You can do something, but you can't do everything. So many people say, you can't do anything all by yourself. You need to work as a, you can't do everything means you are willing to be part of a team. That is what is called, you can do something, but you can't do everything. Yeah. Cricket la all-rounder definition. Neither perfect in batting nor perfect in bowling. Little bit here, little bit there. Yeah. Correct? All-rounder enna ardham? Who knows cricket here, Raghu? You know cricket. Ganesh, cricket theriyumla. Cricket all-rounder enna ardham? Little bit here, little bit here, little bit here. That's all. Clear? He can take 2 wickets. He can hit 40 runs. He can say, so overall he has contributed something. But in effect, he is not something in. So, you follow. Perfect batsman, perfect fielder, perfect bowler, perfect wicket keeping also. Sometimes wicket keeping also. Yeah. The wicket keeper Panda, our third man find like a vekano. Because of the 6 balls, 4 balls, this fellow was leaving. So two fielders has to be there too. Correct. This is the last one.
I can't judge.
You can't judge your own actions. You don't judge your own self by the results that your action has produced. Are you able to follow? Again, I repeat. Don't judge yourself by the actions, by the results of your actions. If you judge yourself by the results of the actions, we all will be devastated. We all will be devastated only. Why? Because the result is never under our karmanyevadhikaraste magapaleshu kadachana ap karma pala heturbuhu mate sangostva karmani. Doer doesn't determine the result. What a law of action is. Doer doesn't determine the result. As a karmanye vadikaraste ma paleshu kadachana. If you translate it in English, how would you translate it in English? The doer doesn't determine the result. Then who determines? We don't know. Maturity will say, we don't know. But if you can't say you don't know, you have to say totality, universe, God, I don't know, universe, totality, God, all are synonymous because none of it are no. Correct, Prabhu. That's what is meant as instrument. Limitation. Limitation means these things is what is understood as limitations. The moment you understand it, you look forward to doing whatever you want to do, whatever you ought to do, you look forward to doing it. Yes, Ravi. Raghu. Yeah, there's no clarification from Raghu. He was just trying to get his understanding. You are, it is a prayer. That's what a prayer is. It patience, yeah. Now, what is Ravi asking is one of the questions that it is there already on the screen. What is the prayer that goes along with doing it skillfully? What is the prayer that goes along with doing something skillfully? Prayer in the context of olive tree we are discussing. Prayer means I do the action, whatever comes out of it is your blessing. That is prayer. What is prayer? I do the necessary action. Whatever comes out of it is blessing. Most of the time, okay, what is not prayer? Every one of us believe when it should come and how it should come. Isn't it? Yes. Prayer means we believe when it should come, how it should come, the quantity, the quality, the time, everything I determine and tell God. That is called as prayer. In Vedanta, we say that is not prayer. When it should come, you decide. Quantity, you decide. Quality, you decide. Because when the quality and all, you can decide only when I do something. Therefore, I am doing. If I am not doing anything at all, he cannot decide anything. Are you able to understand now? If I am not doing anything at all, he cannot decide. Remember Swamiji's example? At least buy the lottery ticket, he says. No? Remember that example? He says, Fellow, why I'm not getting, why I'm not getting, why I'm not getting. God said minimum you should buy the minimum thing that you have to do is to buy the lottery ticket and keep. Then I can ensure that you win the lottery. But if you don't even buy the lottery, what can I do? So for God to the when, the quantity, the quality, and all that to happen, what you need to do? You have to do something. And how you should do, like how Raghu taught us few minutes back. Yeah, he gave the list, no? உடனே அவர் புல்லட்ல பிபிடி பாயிண்ட்ல போட்டார் அவர். Because he is a PPT man. எதுவாக இருந்தாலும் ஒரு பிபிடி போட்டுறாரு. So how you do something, how you do, that's how. What should come out of it, when it should come, and how much will come. I have no say in it. That is called prayer. नेहा विक्रमनाशोस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते स्वल्पमप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्. Remember that 41 and 47, chapter 2, verse 41 and 47, chapter 2. Remember that formula verses. Kramanasham doesn't happen. Kramanasham, there is no such thing called Kramanasham. There is no such thing called wasted effort. Neha vikramanashosti. Kramanasha na asti. It doesn't exist at all. What are you talking? Wasted? No effort is possible. But there is no such thing called wasted effort. Why you call it as wasted effort is because the when, the quantity, the quality ella suit agala. The timing, the quantity, the quality and all is not coming in the way that you want it. Therefore, you call it as wasted effort. Neha vikramanashosti pratyavayo avidyate. Don't worry about pratyavayam and all. We're not getting into it. So what is prayer? Prayer is a self-remembrance. Prayer is a self-remembrance of these formulas. In order to remember, you keep some deity, something in front. Are you able to follow? Prayer is significant because prayer reminds you of something supreme in front of you. That's why when you go to God, that God should look all-powerful. In compare to that all-powerful entity, you should recognize your insignificance. Are you able to understand what is prayer? Again, I repeat, God must be so huge, so big, all-powerful, almighty. In front of that, you can recognize your insignificance. Ocean helps you to recognize your insignificance, isn't it? You go and stand in front of ocean, suddenly you feel so small. And it's such a relief it is. That smallness is not a complex. That smallness is a relief. You sit in the 10 by 10 room and the ceiling is also 10 feet only. Everything looks like the burden. You come out, you understand you understand how you have been carrying a burden unnecessarily. What is prayer? From this, what is the meaning of prayer? Prayer is nothing but offloading the burden that you are carrying. That's what What is prayer? Prayer is nothing but offloading the burden. Otherwise, you carry the burden. Are you okay till now? Why we cannot do pray? Why we can't pray at all? Because ego likes to have burdens. Because only greater the burden, greater the ego. Are you able to understand what I am saying? Ego needs to have burdens, because greater the burden, greater the ego. Because then only you can say, you know how much I am carrying on my, how I have to prove that the burden that I am carrying is so huge. You can't say I'm a free person, because if you say you are free, suddenly you feel so useless, isn't it? Are you able to follow? I'm a free person. Suddenly you feel you are insignificant, you are useless. Therefore, ego has to prove that it is carrying a huge burden. Bigger the burden, greater the ego. And the burden that you are carrying is imaginary, is the truth. Are you able to follow? The burden that you are carrying is imaginary. Example, Ramatirtha, the passenger sitting in the train with the luggage on his head. Remember that example, Ravi? The person sitting with the suitcase on his head in the train. Person next to him said, take it off. No. Why are you carrying the suitcase on your head? No. I don't want to burden the train more. I don't want to burden the train more. Why? Because the train is already carrying my weight. So why burden the train more? Long back. She's sitting here, but I have to say it also. Rajini, long back, she came and told me, sorry, sir, I have to trouble you. I said, what a ego you have, I said. That you think that you are troubling me, and you are coming with a huge problem that is going to be a trouble. What is your problem? Foolishness, there is no. And you believe that you carry a burden, and your ego is so convinced that you are carrying that burden. Because burden, more you show that you are carrying a burden, more you feel significant. More you have offloaded it, you feel useless, insignificant. Therefore, I have to carry burden. So, yeah. What all is not there, you, yeah. Roadla போகும்போதெல்லாம் தூக்கி வச்சுக்கணும், isn't it? What all we see, we carry. We go to mall, what all we see, we put it on our head. And then now it has become a huge. What is prayer now? Prayer is a recognition of saying that unnecessarily I will not carry burden. That is prayer. Prayer means what? I will not carry burden. I will do, but not carry burden. But burden I want to have a lot. I will not do anything at all, but still I will have to carry. Prayer means, yeah. Some more clarifications are there. We will continue next week on those clarifications. And then we will move on to the next. Is it okay? With this, we conclude for